there, folks. Welcome to Sundsvall that have really nice weather today. And let me first say huge thank you for everyone who has congratulated me on my 10 years anniversary in vinyl community and on YouTube. So now let's go back to normal. Well, not really normal, but close to normal. It is a vinyl and CD update, or should I say in this case only vinyl. But it is vinyls that I got for free. So I will have a more regular vinyl CD update later on, but right now I will show some records that I got when I visited a friend of mine who called me and said that he had a lot of records that I could come and pick whatever I wanted to have. So I went there, and there turned out to be some very interesting stuff there. Some that might surprise you, actually. So I thought that I would show these free records in a special vinyl CD update. So these are records that I paid $0 for. I'm starting with some Swedish, taking the Swedish stuff first. Here we have one of my absolute favorite Swedish troubadours, Cornelis Vreeswijk, and an album called Ballader och Grimaser. Really nice stuff. This is a vocal group called Small Town Singers, and an album called Nära Bild, Close Up. Small Town Singers is a really nice vocal group. I wouldn't call them a Swedish Manhattan Transfer or anything. They're way better than that, in my opinion. So really nice to find this one for absolutely nothing. Some comedy albums. This is an album that I have on cassette. I wasn't sure if I had it on vinyl, but for absolutely nothing I would take a chance. This is Magnus och Brasse, which are two comedians, both now, unfortunately, none of them are among us, rest in peace. And their album, or should I say, their comedy show, Det är serverat, it is served. So I'm a huge fan of these. Here we have Swedish singer Sylvia Vrethammar, who had some success outside of Sweden. She had a hit with her version of Viva de España and some other stuff. So this is an album in English. Normally I prefer when she sings in Swedish, but I listen to quick peeks of all the records, but I listen to quick peeks of this, and it sounds kind of interesting. It's interesting to listen to the full album. More comedy stuff. This is Bosse Parnevik. He is a Swedish impersonator. He impersonates famous people from Swedish celebrities. He has impersonated Ronald Reagan, Dean Martin, and so on. And this is an album where he makes telephone pranks. He calls up Swedish celebrities and pretends to be another Swedish celebrity, offering them a kind of job or something like that, and kind of telephone prank that he did famously in the 70s. Now we're leaving the Swedish one. This is an album that I picked it because it was for free. I had no vision for what this would be. This is an album called And Then I Wrote, George Gershwin. Of course it is not George Gershwin who performs. This is arranged and conducted by Les Summers, that I have no idea who it is. It's very hard to find any information online also on him. And I don't find any of the musicians all that famous, to be honest. But they perform George Gershwin songs. And I listened to this album, and normally these kind of albums would turn out to be some kind of easy listening, very crappy, but this was really, really good. The arrangements are very, very unique and odd. Just listen to the rhythm, Man I Love, that goes on from kind of a march to Latin style, a Latin style that goes on in entire almost album, and to regular jazz style. It is very exciting and very, very odd arrangement of these mostly famous jazz songs. So this one will definitely stay in the collection because it was surprisingly good for a pretty much unknown, for me anyway, band leader. We have Bee Gees and a greatest hits collection. I have a greatest hits collection from their 60s days that I got from Kjell, my Norwegian friend, and this is a collection from their 70s days, their disco days with Mickey Mouse voices. So this is a double album set. Really, really fun to have. Cozy Disco with Bee Gees. More compilation. I think I had this one before, but I called it away, and it might may not have been the best decision. So that's what I picked it. For absolutely nothing. I can take the chance to regret what I've been doing. This is Roxy Music, The Atlantic Years, 73 to 80. Now, this is not a complete collection as Avalon, the singles from that album is not here. More than this, the song Avalon are not here. So this is a kind of compilation that I will keep until I find a more complete one. But for now, it'll do good with this compilation with the Roxy Music. We have Manhattan Transfer, speaking of the devil. This album I picked for one reason only. It was a pure risk taking because it was produced by Jay Graydon, who has done a lot of great stuff when he produced other artists. He's done his own stuff also. He's a really magnificent producer when it comes to smooth jazz, soulish stuff. So I had high hopes for this, but the quick peeks I listened to it, I wasn't impressed one bit. I was expecting more when it comes to Jay Graydon, to be honest. The horns in this album sounded extremely plastic. Maybe because it was created on synthesizer. It was synthesizer horn. It sounded really, really bad. So this one will not stay in the collection. I can say that only by listening to quick peeks. It was not. The sound was too horrible. This one is interesting. This is a soundtrack for a few dollars more. And Ennio Morricone. And this is in this orchestra, so this is original, but in a German release. Für ein paar Dollar mehr. So really fun to have. I'm no Western fan, but it felt like it would be fun to have this one actually. And we have Tina Turner, The Best. The singles from this album, at least two of them, Steamy Windows and The Best, neither of them are my favorites. Steamy Windows is like it's a little so-so, and The Best is so overplayed. That would be enough. But there's one thing that is good, and that is I Don't Wanna Lose You. And I listened to peaks of the rest of the album. It sounds a whole lot better than the single. So I actually have some faith in this album. And we come to Barbra Streisand. This is from the days when Barbra Streisand was more disco-ish. I think this is the album before her work with the Bee Gees, Guilty. But this is containing her single with Donna Summer, No More Tears, Enough Is Enough. So it is a bit more disco style Barbra Streisand. So that is why I felt like, why not give it a chance? This is, if I can see who produced this one, Gary Klein. And so we have this one that, as you know, I'm a fan of stuff that are so bad that it gets funny. And this was a chance, a risk taking, that this would be right up that alley. This is a commercial record for the electronic company Bosch. I think the German that company is. This is Slick Salzer Trio, containing J Bock and J Jankeye. I have no idea who these individuals are, but the backside is interesting to read. It says that this Slick Salzer, he played with many of all-time jazz greats such as Tony Scott, Billy Butterfield, Jank Lawson, Eddie Lockjaw Davis. The famous John Krupa, long-time drummer with Benny Goodman, was Slick's teacher. Sounds really, really good. But higher up, it says that Slick Salzer is in charge of export sales promotion and advisement of Bosch. So I don't know if you have been having Gene Krupa for a teacher and all of these jazz legends he has played with, the career must have gone downhill then if he's then now is working as a PR manager for Bosch. But the interesting here also is that the album titles, the titles of the album. This is a kind of, I listen to Quick Peaks, the music is not horrible. It is a kind of a jazz trio that goes between boogie woogie and regular jazz trio and so on. But the titles, they are regular jazz standards, but of course Bosch here have made the titles, renamed the titles of the songs. So it would be fitting this album's commercial idea. So I Can't Give You Anything But Love has become I Can't Give You Anything But Bosch. I Found a New Baby had become I Found a New Hammer. And The Man I Love, The Job I Love. C Jam Blues, CSB Jam Blues. When the Saints Go Marching In and When the Tools Go Marching In, and my personal favorite, do you know what it means to miss New Orleans? Or as they say here, do you know what it means to miss Bosch machines? It sounds so forced that it's really hilariously bad. So only for this cover sleeve and the idea, I will keep this one, even if the music should be bad. Now, we're coming to the one that might surprise some, but because as I went through that stack of records that I could pick from, I saw a thing that I felt like maybe I should at least have a compilation with this group, since everyone in the VC has talking about them. I'm not saying that I hate this band, but I'm no huge fan of them, and they have some songs that I think is really good. So at least I should have at least one compilation of the Beatles. So I picked this one. Now I'm not going to say that every song here is a favorite of mine. Twist and Shout is, and She Loves You, but we have a Hard Day's Night that I like, and we have one of my absolute favorite Beatles songs, All My Lovin'. So I felt like I should have a compilation at least. But as I flipped through this stack of records, I saw another record that I felt like it would be foolish to leave this one behind. For absolutely nothing, take it and give it a chance. So I picked Abbey Road. And I haven't listened to Quick Peaks yet because I feel like this is an album that seems so much talked about. And it's so famous, of course, that I felt like I listened to it from A to Z. So it will be very interesting. It will be my first. This is my first studio album by the Beatles, so it will be interesting to see what I think of it. And while I was at it, I could also pick "Band on the Run" by the Wings. Now this one I listened to quick peeks of it, and it sounds really, really good actually. So it was very, very interesting to listen to the entire album. But the quick peeks are promising. So nobody had expected me to pick the Beatles, right? Those are records that I got for free, and very, very interesting. To always fun to get free stuff, of course. So one hell of a job then to write in all these in my database and also give them a spin. Next time, I don't know what will be or when it will be. I know though that I will do a regular vinyl CD update also. So, but until next time, I hope that every one of you have a really nice time. No matter where you are, no matter what you do, take care and so long.